Let's talk about last year's highest grossing film, which did not come from China. Zootropolis to Zootopia to Zoomania 2. Take your pick. Hi, my name's Joe and welcome to another review video on Flying Wiener. Now, if that seemed a bit confusing, first of all, in case you weren't aware, because it wasn't really on many people's radar, the highest grossing film of last year was actually a Chinese film called Ne Zha 2, which is an animated film. It's my understanding that it's got some kind of mythological background, you know, or at least that's what it explores, China's mythological background. It seems to be a myth that they are telling. It's the second part. I never even knew there was a first one. And while you're obviously right to doubt things that come from China, to my knowledge, the people I follow, especially when it comes to box office, etc., don't have a doubt that this film actually grossed over $2 billion, which wouldn't surprise me either, because what you have to remember is when films are released in China, there are a lot of people in China. They also limit the kind of films that come in from outside, so if you don't really have that big of a selection, you know, compared to what we have at cinemas, and there is a film that obviously has got enough entertainment value, it's not really a surprise that, you know, that this kind of thing happens. It's not unusual for Chinese films to, at least nationally, domestically, they get to $500,000-600,000, you know, even if they're not really that great or whatever. But, you know, I hope to see it one day. I hope to look at it myself. From what I've seen, it seems to be a very entertaining film, but that was the highest grossing. If you leave that aside, Zootropolis 2 is the highest grossing film from, let's call it, Hollywood from last year. Really crazy amount of money at $1.8 billion, I think, something like that, which is something I definitely want to talk about as well, because I think that's a bit much. Anyway, but yes, so that was the highest grossing Hollywood film last year, animated film. It was an incredible success. Obviously, there's going to be a third one. I mean, I enjoyed the first one quite a lot. I actually covered it on this channel, I believe. I'll have to check, actually. I forgot to, in my head, I've definitely done it, but we'll see. Anyway, this is what it's about, and the different titles comes from, for some reason, in various markets, they've got a different name for this film. So the main name is, I think, Zootopia 2. I think that's the main thing. Then you've got Zootropolis 2. Here for me in Austria, it's Zoomania 2. Why ever the hell they've got different titles? Doesn't matter. I'll just call it Zootopia, right? Because that's what I feel most comfortable with. That seems to be the most logical name to call it. Doesn't matter. Yes, right, I think we'll just jump straight into the plot because I've spent enough time talking about Ne Zha 2 anyway. So yes, Zootopia 2, I'll assume that you've seen the first one, right? So I don't have to explain to you much, but we've got our duo from the first film. So we've got Judy Hopps, played by Ginnifer Goodwin, and we've got Nick Wilde, played by Jason Bateman. She's a rabbit, he's a fox. They work together now in this as a policeman. So Nick has joined the force. He's only been on the force for a week, and they are working a case together. That is the basic gist of this film. It has to do with Zootopia's historical background. They have these weather walls that are responsible for the climate in the city that they have, and there is a mystery involving them and snakes. Snakes are animals who are generally reptiles, it seems, who are banned from Zootopia because they did something heinous in the past and no one likes them anymore. And so there's a big conspiracy going on here, as you can imagine. Just like with the first one, it is quite a lot of a detective story in that sense. And our duo are not only trying to solve that, but they are continuously, obviously, still trying to figure out their own relationship. I don't mean in a way of are they romantic or not. It isn't a romantic relationship in the sense of, you know, do they really know everything about each other, and are they honest to each other about who they are and these kind of things, you know. So it's a typical buddy cop film, really, in that sense, just like the first one was, right? Now, at least they're not that as, or at least Nick is not as antagonistic as in the first one, but yes, that is more or less it. Yes, I don't really think there's much more I need to tell you about this, apart from maybe, and this is now, you know, leading over to away from the plot into what I think about the film itself. Yes, the way, to me, I'll be honest, I think the first one was better. I enjoyed it more. Because it feels a bit formulaic here. I don't like that while we have got this mystery going on and this detective stuff, it very much seems to be in the background, you know, and I think that's a bit of a shame. It seems that they put a lot more emphasis on the action. It's like we've got a little thing where we're exploring one clue, you know, or finding one clue, figuring out what that means, and then we've got a huge action thing going on. Typically it'll be a chase scene or something like that, right? And this repeats over the film again and again. And I watched it a second time because I watched it the first time, was a bit distracted while doing it, so I thought, you know, to give it a fair review, watch it a second time, you know. And I didn't notice so much the first time. The second time around, I really noticed that we've got this structure, you know, where it's like every 15 to 20 minutes or so, you've suddenly got this big action scene and all hell breaks loose, etc. I get it's a kids' film. I know that kids love this kind of thing, but I found it a bit distracting, I'll be honest, because that's what I liked about the first one. I really enjoyed this society of animals that they've got there, and you're thinking about how do these relationships work, and you've got predators, you know, and then you've got what's typically the prey in the animal kingdom, and how do they coexist and live peacefully together, all these things. I really enjoyed that, also sort of the societal commentary that was in there. Now don't get me wrong, we still have a lot of this societal commentary. I think it's quite interesting. You know, that is still there, but it's just not that much in the foreground, which I think is a bit of a shame. That's the one aspect of it. So while the action is great and it's cool and it's fun and all these kind of things, it was a bit too much for me, because it's like not everything needs to be so over the top insane, right? I very much still enjoy the relationship between the two of them, so Judy and Nick. I mean, it is the core of the story. The two actors are phenomenal. Just the chemistry they have as these two characters, as these buddies, you know, is really good. It is a lot of fun. It still is a lot of fun, and I do hope they continue making these films because they generally are a lot of fun. One other actor I would mention is Ke Huy Quan. He plays the snake that you have seen in all of the promotional material that appears here. He is wonderful as well. I mean, he's great in everything he does, but he gives this snake, Gary is the snake's name, in case you were wondering. Gary the Snake, that's his last name. He gives him so much character, and I couldn't see anyone else doing it. He really is amazing in this, and I enjoyed him quite a lot, right? Yes. That is as much as I'll say about the snake. I don't want to spoil anything about his involvement, how he is involved, all these kind of things. Yes, the animation is absolutely fantastic. You know, I was thinking about that because, especially if you watched them, I mean, it's been a while since I watched the first one, but even thinking back to it, there's been 10 years between these two films nearly, and the first one obviously looked good, but when you see the level of detail they have in this, just the animation, the movements of the mouth and everything that's going on in these faces, and just textures, water, all these things are just incredible to look at. You know, when you see these things, I mean, it really shows you how far we've come. So visually, it's absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed that quite a lot. I don't understand, like I say, because to me it's a bit of a mixed bag. It's a good film, but I'm saying compared to the first one, which to me really knocked it out of the park, I don't really understand how this film was so successful. You know, that really surprised me, I must say. That it got over $1 billion, that doesn't surprise me, but that it got close to $2 billion, it really does, because again, you've got a lot of good elements here, but I just feel like it falls a bit short of just that greatness. And I prefer the first one more because it was more about the city. Here we're outside of the city quite a lot, and I felt that was a shame because, like I say, part of the attraction, for me at least, was exploring this society and how you know, how all these people all get along with each other. And that, to me, took a bit of a step back in this one and was missing for me. But again, overall, it's a really enjoyable film. So especially if you've got kids, you know, I mean, I'm sure they'll love it. All the action that goes on, like I say, I felt it was a bit distracting to me, but yes, I'm sure the kids will love it. Let's see what the third one, because of course they're going to make a third one. I mean, look, this is now officially Hollywood's and Disney's highest grossing animated film ever. I mean, you know, think about it, just think about how massive Frozen was, right? This film beat Frozen 1 and 2 easily, you know, not just by a short margin, a large bit. Lion King, etc. This one just pulverized all of them, and that is really weird to me. But you know, I'm just happy people are going to cinemas because I don't want us to lose this art form. I think it's great, especially because I currently don't manage to get to the cinema at all, which is really a crime. But I'm just happy people are going, and actually going more this year than last year, I think. So this is great. You know, it's, we need success stories like these, definitely. So that'll be all from me today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. It's the best way to support this channel. Leave a comment down below about anything you want to say about Zootopia 2. What did I get wrong? Why am I wrong? Or you could agree. Maybe you want to agree. Anything you want to say about the first one. If I did record the review of the first one, I'll leave a link to that here. But anything you want to say, put it down in the comments below. I'll thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one on Flying Wiener. Take care.